Yeah.
And then we're just,
Now on
although you got it.
Hellenic Greek melodies, Voodoo Child, Slight Return by Jimi Hendrix.
Do it again.
That would be an entrance. So, but that's the thing. Where are you going? What are you talking about? The music's starting. We're trying to get started here, Mitch. What are you walking out of the studio for? This is unbelievable. This is actually unbelievable. I want to see what you need to go grab. Oh my God, you can't even find it. You're useless. You're actually useless. That's so crazy. So, you went to get your phone?
The people have spoken.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it didn't make sense to me. Like, why you want to get your phone?
I know, I hate having my phone in.
In case your mom calls you to the restaurant.
Oh, you know what? I've been avoiding that call.
You have, eh? But you're still going in on Saturdays.
I still go in and I help out and stuff like that. But you know what the thing is? It's like the mafia.
Yeah.
Once you're in, you're juiced in. You can't get out.
Buddy.
And there's only one way out. And I'm not ready to go that way.
I saw the M. Hodge at work
a
couple weekends ago. She is no wonder. You know what? If your brother Nick just gave half the effort that your mom's pulling in on Saturdays, they'd give him the reins. Now
We've been running this city, baby.
Well, now it makes sense to me. Now I get where this is all coming from.
That's right.
Nick, smarten up.
Smarten up.
Okay? Show up on a Saturday morning.
10-cent wings.
No problem.
No problem.
No problem.
Wing and a fling. We've been pushing the marketing on this for years.
She's working the room. She's crazy.
She loves
like
it.
She works like it's her first day on the job. Just
she should be a concierge somewhere. Hello, honey. Hello.
She should be a Vegas concierge.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be the best.
No joke.
You tell her Maria sent you, okay?
Thank you. People would believe it.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
It would work for me.
It would work. It would work. Something
That's amazing.
Now, let me get that going there. Yeah. Okay. So,
beautiful.
Buddy, the weather, finally. Last week I told everyone on the podcast we started where I felt like our blood was starting to move again, which is good. Yeah. Now it's getting better.
A little bit better.
A little nicer.
It's amazing to think that when it's minus 10, we're like, yes. Oh, amazing. I don't got to wear a toque today.
It's crazy. That minus 10 is balmy minus 10.
Yeah. Are you a toque guy?
Oh, I love my toque. But not to work. That's the thing, right? Like I'm a toque guy on the weekends.
So I'm not a toque guy. You know I can't mess with this hair.
No.
It's got to show up on time every time. However, I was wearing a toque a couple weeks ago during those cold snaps.
Right.
But then I realized what I needed to do. The first couple of days I messed my hair up. So I wear the toque. I get on the bus.
Right.
I take it off right away.
Boom.
You got to take it off right away.
Right away.
Immediately. Before you even show the pass.
Yeah.
It's got to come off.
It's got to go.
Then you re-engage once you're outside.
That's good.
That's it. And it stays intact.
Quick thing. How's the weekend? Good? Decent?
Yeah, you know what? So normally we go away for the family day long weekend.
Oh, really?
We usually go to Panorama. Oh. It's thumb at the side of the family, right? Sure. So we go do a nice little ski trip. It's all fun and dandy. A couple other family members. We didn't go this year.
What happened?
My mother-in-law's, she's over there.
That's right.
She's over there getting the surgery.
Yeah.
So she's not here. It didn't work out.
Didn't feel right.
It didn't feel right. So we stayed home. But it felt like we were at a ski lodge this weekend with the amount of snow that we got. Man. It was good. Nice and relaxing. What about you?
Same thing. Stayed in, freezing cold, but it was Netflix time. And you recommended something to me. You said a little Iceman, which is weird.
Now that we put that together, I like to think I'm that smart. So, no.
I got to say something to all the people out there. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's actually a pretty good movie. It's about
Richard
hitman.
Yeah, Richard Kuklinski.
Right.
He was a hitman for the DeMeo and Gambino crime families. The guy has whacked over 200 people.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. He's crazy.
Right.
And they call him the Iceman because, not to overly spoil the movie, but I'm sure you heard the stories, because they would deep freeze a lot of the victims.
That's right. And
then that way, they couldn't recognize them years down the road when they would dispose of the bodies. But more importantly, man, this guy is a stone cold killer. Like it's nuts.
He's part of the Jordan crew now. He's part of the Stone Cold Killers. But the reason I wanted to bring it up is the movie is actually pretty good, so I do recommend it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Rotten Tomatoes I give it or whatever. It's pretty good. But what caught my eye, and this is what kind of weirdo I am, and I think the people that listen to us are going to start saying, he talks about punters, he talks about it. in the movie, there was who? There was, name the characters. Ray Liotta's in it.
Ray Liotta.
Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
There was
James Franco.
Little
cameo. You got Artie Bucco from The Sopranos. I don't even know his real name. He's Artie Bucco.
And then I think you know where I'm going with it. I have to bring it up. Ross from Friends was one of the kind of the minions, if you will, of Ray Liotta.
What a low life.
And you know what? I just couldn't take the movie serious. Like the movie was fantastic,
right?
But what's his name? Ross, I don't know what. I don't even know your real name.
David Schwimmer.
Okay, sure. Ross was fantastic in the movie. He was fine. But it's Ross. I can't take him serious.
You know, typecasting's a thing.
It's a thing.
Because you're right.
He had a ponytail in it.
So the first scene, I'm like, oh, that's Ray Liotta. She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, that's Artie Bucco. Because you know, at the beginning where they go to muscle him when they're doing the movies. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's Artie Bucco. She goes, oh my God, yeah, you're right. Was that Ross?
Yeah, and that's Ross.
But what does it for you? Is it the ponytail or the mustache? Combination of both?
Combination of both.
Such a weird.
Yeah, it was. And then you know what's weird about it is I didn't anticipate it, but last night me and the wife were sitting in the bed and hanging out, watching a little TV, and nothing's on. And I'm flipping it, and I see Friends, you know, and I'm like, I'll just flip it and click. I haven't watched Friends in years, at least 10 years. I swear to God. And I swear to you, I was chuckling so hard. So here's one moment. I'm watching Ross again, trying to be a mafia guy, and I can't watch that. And then I see him on Friends, and he's cuddling with Joey, and I thought it was hilarious. So
you know, speaking of typecasting, you know, they should have gotten to play the part of Ross's character. Huh. I forget. What's his name in the movie? Do you remember? I forget. Whatever. It's Ross.
It's Ross.
It's Ross. Ross Geller.
Ross from Friends.
They should have got Christopher from The Sopranos, Michael Imperioli. Sure. That's a guy who's like a low life.
Yeah, sure.
It's believable.
Or Paulie Walnuts.
No, you need a guy who's on the outs. Freaking rats.
Now I'm just throwing out. Oh, speaking of that, that's actually part of the agenda today.
What, pussy?
Rats.
Oh.
What's on the show itinerary today?
Look, we are going to talk the NHL.
Yeah.
It's in season.
Yes.
It's ramping up.
Yep.
But there's a deadline coming up. Little trade deadline. We got to talk about it, Mitch.
5 days away.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. And then it's happened again. The NFL has reared its ugly head once again.
Leave us alone.
But leave us.
Just 1 week.
Damn it, we have to say something. We got to say a couple of things.
Man. The best one-night stand that's on there.
NBA All-Star Game.
We got to talk the NBA All-Star Game, no question. Little touch and go. Little touch and go with the MMA.
Sure.
Little bit. A couple things happened. Got me not overly excited, but excited enough that I gotta speak a little truth, man.
You gotta say some stuff.
I got something to say.
You've been itching on this one. It
bothered me. Yeah. It bothered me. You know what?
Enough. And then do you mind if we touch and go again on basketball, but NCAA?
I don't mind at all.
You don't mind?
Big game.
Let's do it.
Big game coming up.
It's tonight.
With big
happening right now.
Stakes.
Yeah. It's happening right now. Big money. Big money game.
Big money.
And then I want to talk about basketball overseas. Something happened last week.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Not the NBA.
Made me very embarrassed, very upset.
I think proud.
You know, if we're going to sit here and say how we're the best looking people in the world, the Greeks.
0.14% of the population as per Jeff's
statistics. Then we have to say the bad things too. If we're going to do the pros, we got to show the cons.
I got to add to that. So the Greeks make up 0.14% of the world population.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say half of that are men. Right. We're talking just men, right? Because
sure.
There was a poll about guys.
Sure.
Okay, so now we're at 0.07. Okay. Half of that adults to children.
Sure.
So now we're at 0.035.
Right.
Realistically, out of that eligible community, there's only like a couple good-looking ones, like us, for example.
Are we that good-looking?
So think about it. The statistic's not 0.14.
Right.
The odds of getting with a great good-looking guy, such as ourselves,
right,
is like 0.0014.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
I just gotta share. People don't see what I'm seeing, and I gotta say, you guys have amazing faces for radio.
Thank you, Jeff. See,
thank you.
Yes, we've said Jeff's the Yoda.
We've been saying it for years.
He doesn't lie. He doesn't need to.
Why do you think we haven't done the YouTube thing yet? It's coming.
They're not ready.
It's coming.
You're not ready.
They're not ready for this.
They can't be ready.
Are you
for
crazy?
This. That's like if DiCaprio did Wolf of Wall Street and The Revenant in 1 year. You can't do that to Hollywood.
You can't throw it all in one shot.
One at a time.
Speaking of that, Oscars are this weekend.
I can't wait.
I'm not gonna lie.
Me neither. Every year I watch them.
This smile is not going down. A Star is Born is going to take it all. I got it all.
I don't think so.
Come on, Bradley.
The Coop.
Come on.
Come on,
Coop's got to win.
No,
this is Academy now.
This
is where the propaganda works.
No, the guy's going to win for playing Tom Brady, a movie in which we pitched on this podcast.
That's right.
There's only one man that could play the Brady, and that's the Coop.
We got to make some money here.
The guy went out and got Lady Gaga. Bradley, you smart son of a bitch.
Did it again.
You.
And your voice, sir. You know what? Jeff's been working on his CD as we've been coming in every week, right?
It's right.
Jeff, I'm
almost
almost
ready
ready
to
in
drop.
there. You know, a little Bradley Cooper on the
It's
side wouldn't
dangerously
hurt.
close, yeah.
I'm not going to say anything.
I think Bradley would be proud of it. I don't think it's quite his style, but, you know.
Oh, I think it could be a style.
I don't think you're qualified to speak on his style, Jeff. No, just kidding. Jeff's qualified for everything.
That might be true.
So then, are we going to do MAGA MALAKA? I don't think we have time to do MAGA MALAKA.
No, Mitch, don't do this to me.
Okay.
Tell me we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Okay, good.
You know I love doing this.
I love it too, and we got an exciting
But you
topic.
know, I love MAGA MALAKA, but there's something that you love doing more than anybody else I know.
I mean, I do it in my sleep. There is something I love doing, and Locker Room and Jeff, cue the music. Because if there's anything that I love doing on this podcast, that's bringing to you the Headversity Metrics of the Week. That's right, Headversity.com is the leader in mental health and resiliency in the workplace. Not only that, they're leaders in bringing your brand global. Don't want to believe me? I don't know. Maybe while you're listening to this podcast, you could get on your smartphone, which you're probably listening to anyways, and just type in Headversity.com and check out all the great things that they're doing. Okay?
Yeah.
Dr. Ryan Todd, Dr. Karen McNeil, the whole Jordan, my man, Cameron Erks. Love you, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Headversity.com. Now, on the topic of metrics, it's hard to believe that every week I come in, there's a new place.
Yeah.
And there is.
I literally don't check the stats because I'm always intrigued. But
Because we're not stats guys, but I'm the
You're the guy.
Podbean metric guy.
Right.
You're doing other stuff.
I do other stuff.
You're gonna love this one. I
Okay.
didn't even want to tease it to you.
Yeah.
We're getting downloaded in a new state.
Oh, nice. We got to get that pegboard. We got to see how many we've hit. We've hit almost all of them now.
No joke. I think we're at
Yeah.
30.
Okay.
We got to be around 30.
So we're halfway there.
Check this out.
Bon Jovi. Go ahead.
Okay. No.
Later.
Tony Soprano,
No.
I think, is downloading us. I mean, granted that he didn't get killed in the last episode.
Right.
Jazzy.
Jazzy.
We're getting downloaded by the boys in Jazzy.
I feel like now
we've made it.
We've made it. Now we've made it.
If there was one state, and there's nothing wrong with New York, nothing wrong with our Boston fans.
You guys are all great.
But come on.
Yeah.
Satrials.
Jersey. Come on,
Tony,
guys.
Christopher, they're all downloading us.
It's all big.
Isn't it funny that we teased, you talked about Big Pussy in the opening, we're talking about mafia movies, and here's Jersey.
Yeah.
We're
that
getting
is weird.
downloaded in New Jersey. Not the old Jersey.
Not the old.
It's the new Jersey.
That's the Garden State.
Is that what they call
That's
it?
what they call it.
Nice.
Even though everyone says it's a swamp, I don't quite understand.
Yeah, where are the gardens?
Yeah, it's weird.
Cross the 10.
And Bon Jovi's from there.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
Holy smokes.
This is so weird.
Play the music, Jeff. Wrap it
Bon
up.
Jovi and the New York Dolls, both from New Jersey. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I don't know anything about music except for that for some reason.
We peaked.
Yeah, we peaked.
And Aerosmith.
Oh my God! Are you get a grip on that, Jeff?
And the
I see what I did.
No. When I
You're
re-listen
back
to it,
in
I'll
the
catch
saddle again.
it. So is that it? That's all those are on the mediums, right?
I won't go on with dude looks like a lady.
I was, we were both reaching for a joke, and it involved Mitch. I know it, Jeff, but you beat me to it.
It's okay. Whatever. I know you were lying about your Saturday night, but go on. I'm running that joke all year long.
Let me tell you something that's not funny, and that's the fact that we got an amazing accompaniment that's taking us global as well, and that's Agape Greek Radio, AGAPE, GreekRadio.com, where you can stream Real Locker Room Talk Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Of course, they're launching Agape Greek TV, great new channel that Stan the Man and everyone is working on over there. So really good things. They're taking us global. Did you see how I put it in there?
I like that.
Did you see?
You
Right?
smoothed it right in there.
Right on. It's just like
Stan. Peanut butter. Right on
peanut butter.
top.
That's
Yep,
it.
There
So
it is.
those are the metrics. That's what we're doing. This thing's going global. We're in Jersey.
Yep.
We're in the equivalent of Jersey in Europe because of Agape Greek Radio. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you want?
That's it. That's all. That's it.
You know?
Now, it's funny. We're going to jump into the action now. Let's jump into it. right? We got to talk a little NHL now.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
It is.
It's funny because, outside of our local boys, the Calgary Flames, do you know I think I've told you this, who my favorite hockey team is outside of the Flames?
I don't really pay
It is
much
actually the
attention
New
to.
Jersey Devils.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
What's
weirdly
going on with this episode?
And you know why? It's because of Scott Stevens, one of my favorite guys of all time. Now, Scott Stevens originally wasn't on New Jersey. Where was he? He was in St. Louis. Now, what happened? There was a trade.
So he went from a Saint to a Devil.
Yes, he did.
What the heck?
Crazy, right? So what's happening is in a couple of days, the NHL Trade Deadline, or as we call it, Canada Day, is happening. And so there's been so much talk about this. If you pull up any sort of especially Canadian sports media that has to do with hockey, all they're talking about is the trade deadline because there are some big names that are coming forth. And you know what? This is the kind of year, there's a lot of close, teams that are not really outside of Tampa Bay, that's really ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone else is really clustered. And so this trade this year, this
tons
trade
of
deadline,
opportunity.
Absolutely. So I think there's going to be I do think that this year will have a lot of trades, and we're going to be seeing some things happen with teams that are going to either try to make themselves better, or the ones that are selling are really going to make themselves, the sellers, as you will. I kind of wrote in my notes, this is like Jenga for general managers. They really got to be careful which piece they pull out because this could be a first round draft pick that's a bust, or it could be great. It could be a player you're taking away. It's so temperamental. Now, we asked the roster last week, and boy, did I get a ton of text messages and emails, and there was a few on the Facebook board.
That's right.
The discussion board in regards to trades. Now, Dimitri, we're 5 days away. What do you got on the trade front? What do you think is going to happen come Monday?
So I think on the overall, I think this is going to be one of the few years where we do see a lot of action. The last few years have been very lackluster come trade deadline. You got a couple people moving, but it seems that a lot of the big names that they speculate are going to move haven't been going anywhere. Just to touch on it is that it's become quite an event. You said it perfectly. The trade deadline, you should call it Canada Day. It has become quite an event, and people are looking forward to it. And these networks, they got to sell it. So they're really overhyping everything, and they haven't delivered. I do think this year they're going to deliver, not because they have any control over it. I just think a lot of these names are going to move hands. My personal opinion, I'm going to go on the road to the hometown hockey team here in Calgary, because here's a team that is first in the West, competing for first in the West all year. It's just, they've been there and they're looking great. But all the Flames fans, it seems like, are saying, hey, we need to make some changes. I'm not opposed to the changes, and we've talked about it. Guys, what are y'all worried about?
Yeah.
They're doing great.
All of a sudden, they're 2 in a row, baby.
Paul Demakis, he brought up a great point in the Facebook discussion group. And he goes, look, we've been playing amazing. However, Riddick, who decided to come in and save the day, right now his last 13 games, I believe he wrote, he's got a save percentage of .889.
Right.
That's not good enough.
No.
When you get into the elite. So I like the point he brought up. I'd like to see the Flames do 1 or 2 moves.
Sure.
And that's it.
Okay.
Either look, Sergei Bobrovsky in Columbus.
Yeah.
Unrestricted free agent coming up here. You either go big or go home. If you're going to do a goalie, you make it big, make it splash, get a guy like that in who can steal games on his own. I mean, hell, how long has he been doing it in Columbus and even in Philadelphia, where he first started? The second person I want to see on the Flames, Eric Staal. Yeah. Now, I say this because I get that the roster right now, they're listening to me, especially the Flames fans, and they're like, well, what about guys like Zuccarello and Duchesne and Stone and these and Simmons and all these guys? They're excellent players. But why the Flames have a great recipe for the top 2 lines.
Sure.
It's already working.
Yeah.
It's not the problem. We don't need to inject another first or second line scorer or an accompaniment on those lines. What the Flames need is a little bit of that attitude, leadership, those Justin Williams type players.
Yes.
That, like Carolina character guys. LA brought him in. Washington brought him in. Mm-hmm. You need a guy like that. Eric Staal, right now his cap hit is $2.5 million. This is a great way for the Flames to get off a little easy with Minnesota to get an older veteran guy on the team. I like that move. Those 2 moves, that's it. Look, Simmons is great, but But why? If you put him on the first or second line, well, really, you got to almost put him on the first line. What's going to happen to the rest of the team? I don't want to kill that. So that's where I stand with the trade deadline.
Really, huh?
With the Flames.
So you're not worried about any sort of chemistry being wrecked in any sort of way when a trade happens?
Oh, I think you always have to worry about that
Right.
when it comes to trade deadline. You really have to identify what the team needs. And I think that's why, Brian Burke hates the trade deadline day. And I understand why, because it's this mad scramble, mad panic to get a person on the team. And you got a short while to integrate them in the system. And the success rate can't be that great.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of old school. I'm one of those guys that I like, the Flames have done so well, if we're going to pick on the Flames for one quick second. The Flames have done so well with the team they have that any sort of trade I worry. But I do think that if they're going to make trade, I love your idea. The Eric Stahl or the Justin Williams, I think would be a great, great addition. Yeah. Because that's what they need. Not the guys that are going to be kind of like trying to one-up the other guys that are doing really well right now. It's the guys that are going to come in and say, hey, I'm just here to help. Just here to help.
Get them over the finish line.
Now, I looked at the numbers, and I looked at the names and the numbers, obviously, and I was just kind of curious to see. Now, the big names are Duchesne. You got the big name Stone. Those are the kind of top two guys that everyone's trying to vie for because they're the big names out of Ottawa, and they're looking to sell, right? Fire sale. Let's get rid of these guys. Me, I gotta be honest, I'm all over one pick. There was one name that jumped out at me, and I don't know why, but again, I hate saying this, but it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. They basically have everything right now, right? Yeah. The Mitch Marner thing, they're going to deal with that in the offseason. They're not going to worry about that. They got the big guys signed. They got the goalie. The one thing they're kind of missing is a stay-at-home defenseman, right? That's what I think, anyways, my opinion. And the one name that jumped out at me, veteran, stay-at-home guy, Adam McQuaid. If Toronto can land this guy, I think Toronto has now basically said, we've done it all. Dubas can turn around and say, okay, look at this. Here's your first, second, and third line. Here's your defenseman. Here's your goalie. Go, boys. I don't think there's anything more that this team, and the coach, of course, and there's nothing more you could possibly ask for. That, to me, believe it or not, is my blockbuster in my head of what team needs one thing.
Smart.
And I think that's what Toronto needs. They don't need the big scorer. They don't need the Panarins. They don't need the Bobrovskis. What they need is a stay-home guy, a guy that's been moved around a little bit, but the guy's good. The guy's he is what he is. He's a defenseman. He's a veteran. He can fight. He can hit. He is what he is. I like that one for Toronto. The other one I had in the back of my head is the two guys I just named, Panarin and Bobrovsky. I do think that those guys are obviously very unhappy in Columbus and they want out. So I'm looking at one of the teams out there that really could use both, and that's Boston. I'm looking at Boston going, we literally have one line and then nothing else. And then Rask hasn't been himself. So kill two birds with one stone. But the reality is in this one, these two dudes have been talked about being a package deal to go to Florida. I don't know why these guys really want to go there for some reason. Whatever the situation
hot
is.
Weather, tax
hot
benefits.
weather, it could be anything you want to do. But that's what I see there going on with those guys. The next thing is I would probably say the one thing that I really want to see is the Winnipeg Jets do something, but I don't know what it is. I got to be honest. I don't know what Winnipeg's missing. And I was kind of like, I wanted to ask you, do you think Winnipeg should do anything or leave it the way it is?
That's a great question, Mitch. If you look at the Winnipeg Jets, look at where they got last year. Okay, they had a phenomenal season and they had a phenomenal playoff run, and it was. It's a tough conference.
Right.
That Western Conference is just an insanely tough conference. And there's an argument to be said that, had they beat the Nashville Predators, they could have gone on and done the whole thing. But I don't know. That's so weird. It seems to me, like when I look at Winnipeg, the first thing that comes to mind is this is a team where a guy like Simmons would fit in quite well with the whole, that grit and tough mantra, but they need to replace what they lost in Evander Kane in the sense that they need that slick, sexy goal scorer.
So Duchesne maybe?
Maybe a Duchesne.
Or a Stone?
Stone not so much. Maybe out of anyone, Duchesne, but you know what? The best name for that, Panarin. If there's a place for Panarin to go, just get a quick goal scorer and put him somewhere.
Can you imagine being Stone or Duchesne? You're like, hey, guys, you got traded. They're like, awesome. Where? Winnipeg. Man. Like, I know they're number one in the Central right now, but they're like, really? Like we're still above the 50.
Can we come back?
Yeah, can we come back?
Do we get to come back?
Do we want to come back to
Isn't
Ottawa?
Columbus like the Winnipeg of the States?
I don't know, man. It really is. Absolutely.
I mean, what's to do there?
Yeah, and that's another one. Panarin's probably wanting getting out of Columbus, and if he wants to go to Florida, and then imagine he gets traded to Winnipeg.
Holy smokes, man!
He'll be begging Torts to take him back.
That is tough.
Begging the Torts. Well, with all that being
that's like saying we're sending you for a work trip to Whitehorse. Like no one wants to do that.
That's so funny. Listen, we asked the roster last week, guys. What do you think? One of our favorite guys, South Carolina George, came out hard, and here's his picks for what he thinks is going to happen come this Monday.
He's got some good ones.
He's got Duchesne to Nashville. Okay, he really believes that's going to happen. He likes Stone to Winnipeg. All right, I like that one too. Zaccarello to Calgary. He's the Calgary boy. So if Zaccarello, welcome to Calgary.
The Zooks.
Yeah, the Zooks. He's got Glendinning from Detroit to Toronto. He likes Nyquist from Detroit to go to Vegas. And he likes the ex-Flame Ferland to go to Pittsburgh. And that one, too, could be one that, like, Sidney Crosby might have found his new best friend. His new best friend. And then he does have Panarin either going to Florida or Vegas. I almost can't dispute any of these, George. I think all of these make a lot of sense.
George, you know something we don't?
You've done.
This makes sense.
He does his homework. I asked for a little bit of insight, and you should see how many text messages George sent me. By the way, he loved the wrestling bit last week. He was a big fan of that.
Thank you. Thanks, South Carolina,
thanks,
George.
South
Thank you. We work hard.
Yeah, we try.
We work hard to put this thing together.
Absolutely, we do. Absolutely. Now, there was one last request I had to the roster, and I asked, give me a trade that you wish had happened but never did happen. And I thought of one and I really couldn't think of one. Obviously, the big one in being Calgarians, you're like, oh, I wish Gretzky came to Calgary.
That's right.
George had another great one. And George, here it is again, man. You're getting all the accolades today. It's a couple of years ago, this actually was in the sites. It was Marc-Andre Fleury coming to Calgary. And that's the trade that George wishes that had happened because he truly believes that would have changed the whole outcast, the paradigm of the Calgary Flames.
Just imagine, at the time, Marc-Andre Fleury is a $5.5 million cap hit as a goaltender. Very manageable, very reasonable. We wouldn't be going through any of this.
Exactly.
We wouldn't be going through any of this.
But I don't think we're that, far off. I don't get me wrong. Marc-Andre Fleury is a league in his own. But yeah, you know what? Great on you, George. Thank you. Thank you to the roster. Paul Demakis also throwing in your insight. Always loving it. Thank you.
Always loving it.
Always loving it. Now, staying in the realm of hockey.
Okay.
I was perusing the other day. I was perusing.
Because you're the best peruser I know.
I like to think I am. And I fell upon one that I loved, okay? So the other day I see that the University of Emroy, or the Guitza Business School. So this university is an actual university. I didn't make this up. It's located in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, they have a marketing program. And they ask their students, hey, we're going to do a little rebranding. You guys choose which company you want to do rebranding. So a bunch of students grabbed this project, ears tailed back, they're all excited, and they decided to grab.
They're going for the A.
They're going for the A.
They want that A.
And they did. In my eyes, boy, did they ever. They decided, hey, let's pick on the Nashville Predators. Now, how they got to this point, I don't know, okay? So they choose Nashville, and in their conclusion, they feel that Nashville should rebrand. And, quote, they would like to change the name to the SaberCats to get away from the stigmas associated with the word predator. MALAKA or Big MALAKA.
That's a big MALAKA. Come on, you guys. Come on.
This is what your college dollars are paying for.
So, yeah, because the first thing, Nashville Predators, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
man. Holy moly, you guys.
That's too easy. This whole... political correctness garbage that's going on. It's just so easy to pick on something like that.
This is getting to the point where I'm starting to lose my mind. Like, you can't say anything. It's like that movie, where the blindfold thing, but there was another one where you can't talk. Like, it's going to get to the point we can't look at anybody, we can't see anybody, we can't talk to anybody. This is ridiculous.
Never in my life have I actually looked at my family and said, I think we need to move back to a third world country. We gotta go third world. This first world stuff.
Starting now, if it was up to these guys, everyone would wear just white shirts and blue jeans. That's it. White shirts and blue jeans for everybody.
Yeah, stand where you are.
Yeah,
and don't say a word.
Yeah, nothing.
Think it.
Unbelievable. Changing them to the Saber. Now listen, it is a SaberCat. I get it, but you know what? This is what I think happened. I think they forgot that the project was due the next day, and they were like, "Oh crap."
Yeah.
What are we going to do? We need to rebrand something. And these guys are like, they look up, they see a game on, they're like, that yellow team. They didn't even know who they were, by the way. Then they're like, oh, the SaberCats are playing. No, they're actually the Predators.
Predators?
What? How dare they? Done. And this wrote itself.
How has the league allowed this to go on?
I want to know what these guys got.
Forget the Redskins.
Oh my God. I got
the Predators?
I got to find out what they got as a mark. I'm going to call in, actually.
Yeah, you should.
I swear to God, next week, I'm going to have the answer. I'm going to find out what they got on this mark.
Troll call them.
We should troll call them.
We should troll call these people. That's what we need to do.
That's what we're going to do.
Get the thinking caps on.
Yeah, get them on.
That is the dumbest thing.
Now, staying on the NHL for one quick second, and listen, I love this guy, but I hate this guy at the same time.
Yeah.
John Tortorella, head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets, right?
Hey, does that university group want to change its name because it resembles tortellini, which is a stereotype for Italian people? Because tortorella, tortellini,
possibly. If they got their hands on that information, absolutely.
Is his name John?
So what happened is Panarin, as we said earlier, he's been in a lot of discussions. Everyone's like, oh, you're not, he's going to get traded. What are you going to do with him? He doesn't really like you. He doesn't like Columbus. What are we going to do? Blah, 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 whatever. Right?
Doesn't Panarin sound like a disinfectant?
Oh, it does. It totally does.
It sounds like a weird
drug. And Bobrovsky. I mean, that's a combo in itself.
Yo, man,
right?
You got the shits. Why don't you take a couple Panarins?
Well, it's funny you bring that up. So the other day, he had a little bit of food poisoning or he wasn't feeling well. So they sat him out. But everyone's like, oh, he's sitting out because he's getting traded. They don't want to hurt him. That's not what happened. So in a quote, they found out that he was sick. He wasn't feeling well. And they're like, is he dressing tonight? Torts comes back to the media and says, he shit his pants, he was puking, he was doing everything. Respected or expected? I mean, if the media's gonna ask, I say, Torts, you know what? I may not like you all the time, man, but bottom line, they asked you a straight up question, and I feel like you answered it quite well. Respected.
Yeah, respected is right. In an age where they don't disclose the injury, out with an upper body, out with a lower body, out with a this and that. He was like, look, man, the guy's got the shits and he's puking. He's out. Yeah, respected all the way. Good for you, John.
Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Like, it's just like, and then I guarantee you, I haven't checked it, but he's probably in trouble for what he said.
When he gets fired again, because it's bound to happen.
100%,
there's no question. The guy, he should go into boxing promotion.
Yeah.
This is a guy, like, he needs to be a boxing
the new Dana
trainer.
White.
No, he's the new, not Dana White. You know what he is? Remember Rocky? What was his name? Burgess Meredith. What did
Adrian!
Yeah, but who's the trainer? The old guy.
Oh, yeah.
The real actor's name is Burgess Meredith. But anyways, we're like, you're a bum rock.
Yeah.
That's what Torts has got to be doing.
That's exactly.
He should get in Tyson Fury's corner. Could you imagine Tyson?
He's a motivational speaker. Absolutely is. He is. He's amazing. Real quick on him, just before we jump off and head over to the next subject. Why does Calgary hate this guy? As I know there was a brawl once between our two teams, right? Yeah. But why does everyone hate him as much as they do? Like, he is somewhat entertaining. Like, why do we hate him so much?
Well, he was also the coach for Tampa Bay when they won the Cup.
Ah, that's right. I totally forgot that. See, that's it. That's really it. Because I feel like here in Calgary, more than anywhere, we really hate the guy.
Oh, man, he is not welcome.
I bring up his name at work, and people are ready to stab me. I'm like, relax, man. He's not that bad. Like, nah, that's it. I totally forgot he was the coach.
That's what happened.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Mickey was the guy.
Mickey! There we go.
That's right. All right. NHL, there it is. We talked trade. We talk pooping pants, and we talked SaberCats. There it is. I don't know what else you guys want.
That's amazing.
This is amazing.
I think Donald Trump actually spoke about all those things this week, too.
I think so, too.
Trade SaberCats.
And rates have been dropping like crazy. Who knew that's all the Americans needed? Poops, SaberCats, and trade deadlines.
It's all about trade.
That's all you needed. Now, listen. Now we make fun of the States, but then we go to their most favorite and pride of joy, the NFL.
We love the States.
We love the States. I do, anyways.
Me too.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
I call the provinces states up here.
Were you not wearing a communist jacket earlier?
Well,
I thought you were wearing. I was just
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Nikolai bullshit.
Nikolai Volkov. That's for you, South Carolina, George. You know what we're talking about.
All right. You know what? I'm going to leave this one to you. Bottom line this week, NFL had some headlines. The first one and the biggest one was the Kaepernick. Kaepernick finally settled out of court on a judgment with regards to his court case, the collusion court case. Under the court documents, they're not really allowed to talk about what was found, what was not found, and the idea of what happened was he made between $60 to $80 million on this court case. You and I talked about it a little bit off the air. I'll be honest with you, man, I don't even want to bring this up because I'm tired of Kaepernick. I am so tired of this guy, but I know you wanted to say a little something. Go ahead.
I want to do a touch and kind of stay.
Sure.
Because it's going to be a little longer than touch and go, but it's a touch and stay.
Go ahead.
But I got to leave. I don't want to spend too much time on this either because I'm fired up, Mitch. Yeah. I am so fired up about it, and it's going to get worse.
Who knows? You might get fired up, but I'll get fired up, and we're going to stay on this.
We might stay here.
Yeah, we might stay.
Look, I'm just going to start off by saying these two things. Number one, if you think that there is something wrong, you stand up for what you believe in. I love that.
Yeah.
If you think you're getting treated unfairly, you stand up for what you believe in. You got to fight for yourself because it's a harsh world out there. The other thing I'm going to say is when it comes to the workplace, if you've been entitled to compensation, damn rights you deserve it. I just want to get all those things out of the way before I say what I really have to say here so people can actually understand. This whole thing started because Colin Kaepernick took a knee to fight racial injustice. In his opinion, we'll leave that alone, in the United States.
That's right.
As a result, what happened? Gets released from the team. Speculation that he got blackballed across the league. Not proven, but speculation. But at the same time,
it's kind of obvious.
Let's call it what it is. You're right.
Sure.
Now, sues the NFL and says, hey, I'm not getting work because all this collusion that's going on with the GMs. That's BS.
Yeah.
I lost out on money. And I'm not getting treated unfairly. I don't have a problem with that. Here's what I do have a problem with. You know what, Colin Kaepernick? There was a time as each day went on that you almost made me a believer in the entire thing. But you are a sack of shit, and I'm going to tell you why.
Whoa.
Yeah, yes, I'm going to tell you why. And Rosser, hear me out on this one. You stand up for what you believe in.
That's right.
You go and you say, I'm getting treated unfairly. You take it to the courts. And you know what, man? You had an opportunity.
It's true.
To fight the NFL and take this whole thing public and show us all what kind of pieces of garbage these owners are, the league is, and the collusion, and open the door for anyone else who's fighting the same thing, because that's what you portrayed to be. You portrayed to be a martyr, a pioneer, and a modern day Martin Luther King.
Right.
But what did you do? You settled, you took the money, and as a result, you legally can't talk about this. And now all of us are sitting here wanting to know what was actually happening, and you can't let us know. You can't let future generations know, and no one know about it. So yeah, you know what, Kaepernick? You are a piece of shit for pretending to be something that you're absolutely not. That is someone who is fighting for the general cause. So I'm glad you took your money. For you, it's going to work out great. But hey, you know what? You're done with me.
You know what? I'm going to jump in and help you out. You know why? Because we're a tag team. We're a tag team. I was going to stay out of this. You tagged me in, or I at least tagged myself in. This is what's going to happen. We and you did a little stats right before. We're not stat guys. We've said it a million times, but we did a little numbers. We looked at some numbers. So right before he got let go, he signed a $126 million contract. And then through further investigation, we found out that he actually was able to keep at least 1/3 of it. So $42 million. So don't cry to the fact that he didn't have any money. He had money, minus away, taxes, minus away whatever else he had to pay. Kaepernick was fine, you guys. So to say that he really needed the money and that's why he had to settle, no. I'm sorry, no. Now, I don't know what everyone does or what he owes and all that stuff.
No, I'll agree with him. Sorry to cut you off. I'll agree with Kaepernick that you should fight this out. If you lost money, it doesn't matter if he took $40 million already guaranteed. If you lost money that you were entitled to,
but what I'm saying
he should fight. No, and I'm glad he did do that.
I'm glad he fought it as well. But what I was agreeing with is the fact that he wasn't. If people were like, well, he hasn't been playing, so he hasn't been getting paid. He had money. There was money there.
Yes, of course.
And so what I'm saying is he could have literally taken this right to the end.
Yes.
He decided. I want to make that very clear that me and Dimitri are saying he's the one that decided that this was going to end. The lawyer comes to you and says, hey, the NFL's got an offer here, 60, 80 million, blah, 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 whatever it is. And he said, sure, let's take it. Remember that. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. That's my whole point. Kaepernick, I wanted to see these guys on trial. I wanted you to burn them out. I wanted you, because if you're going to win anyways, you would have exposed the league. You would have finished the work that you started, and you would have got the money.
Yeah. Well, all of it. Yeah, but
why?
Because you know what it is? I guarantee you it's because he truly wanted to play again. I don't disagree where the guy wants to play or he feels like he can still play, but he gave it all up for a selfish reason to want to play again. And what I find is weird is this, and then we'll get off this subject because we stayed on it way too long.
It's too long.
Is that he truly believes he can still play, but now that he's gotten settled, I've heard rumblings that Robert Kraft of the New England Patriots, who, for whatever reason, he seems to be that guy that, he got Meek Mills out of jail or helped him get out of jail and all that. He seems to be that guy who wants to come in and help. But how does Robert Kraft wanna, this guy just made fun of your job or your company. He's a big part of the NFL. And now you're going to pay him on top of it? You guys are paying him on one end, now you want to pay him yearly? And he's going to be the guy that's going to take over Brady? I don't know, man. A little weird to me, I'll be honest with you. And I do think that he took the money so that he can try to play again. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah, like I said, he did everything for all the right reasons. I want to reiterate that. I like what he did. I like that he took the knee. I like that he stood up for something. I like that he went to court and said, you guys are treating me unfairly. I like all of that, but you didn't cross the finish line.
That's right.
Because you just
So what was the use? Come on,
man. You could have roasted these guys. You could have. You just pretended to be something that you're not.
Exactly.
And you got the Nike deal out of it. You got this deal out of it.
Yeah, you weren't hurting, bro. You weren't hurting. You weren't hurting.
And you know what? I'll say one thing. There are a lot of people that are either broadcasters or journalists or whatever that want to say the same thing that I want to say, Mitch, but they can't and they won't because of the form in which they're on. Sure. And I truly, truly believe that. I'm not the only one here.
No,
but
I don't think so.
But Roster, at the same time, I'm not ignorant to points. Get on the horn.
Yeah.
Tell me the other side. Maybe I'm missing.
Tell us we're wrong.
Maybe I'm a little too fired up because it's new. Maybe. Give me something I don't know about.
Whatever.
Make me change my mind.
Yeah. Show us.
Okay.
Yeah, tell us some.
Next.
Well, speaking of New England, big rumblings this week. Odell Beckham Jr. in New England. Now, I heard about this and I saw it, and in my eyes, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you why. Because you got Tom Brady. He's won it again. He's gone to 9 straight Super Bowl. You got Edelman. You got Gronk. And then you got like a Ben Hogan and a Josh Gordon. And you got this guy and you got that guy. You got your 3 Hydra running back combination, as we've talked. You got a defense that's, bend but don't break. It's all working. Why do you want to bring a guy that is dramatic? Why do you want to bring this guy with the frosted tips? Why do you want to bring a guy that truly is not, and I repeat, is not a game changer? Randy Moss is a game changer. Jerry Rice is a game changer. Odell Beckham Jr. is not a game changer.
Notice how you said Moss first before Jerry Rice?
That meant nothing.
I digress.
Whatever. No, but you know what? New England already did this. New England brought Randy Moss a couple of years ago.
That's
Granted,
right.
They were 15-1 or 15-0, and that one loss was in the Super Bowl. And then this year, you bring in Josh Gordon, who physically, as a wide receiver, is more impressive than anything you're going to find out there.
Yep.
And he didn't work out. Don't worry about the big names, New England. It's never done anything for you in the past, and it's not going to do anything for you in the future.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, if you look at New England and the receivers that have had tremendous success in the last short while, you think of Wes Welker and Julian Edelman. Guys, New England, the mold's right there.
Exactly.
You need a 5'11", 6-foot white guy.
Boom, I'm available. I'm available. They want me to go over the corner.
That's what you need. And then everyone else, you could just get your Welker, get your Edelman mode.
I love it.
And then put anyone else over there, right?
I didn't even think about this.
Yeah, Mitch.
I'm right there.
You played a little receiver in your day.
Yeah, man.
So look, that's
not really, but I can do it.
Well, whatever,
Neither did Edelman. Edelman was a quarterback at Kent State.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
The guy can throw the ball.
So you're telling me I got a chance?
I think you could do it, right? You could be the first 5'2" receiver for the New England
11. You said 11 earlier.
Yeah, sure.
I heard 11.
So look, bottom line is, you're right. I don't know why they want to waste their time with these big guys. They don't work out, and that personality type, you can't have that on the page. Brady wants to do. He's got to do his own thing out there.
Absolutely.
So no, it's why.
Yeah.
Why?
This guy's gonna try to steal Brady's, spotlight. Brady doesn't care, but the problem is Beckham cares, and that's what's gonna cause controversy. Now, a quick one. This came up today, and I heard it. I didn't investigate it too much, but Antonio Brown, wide receiver, Pittsburgh, right?
Yep.
He talked to the Rooney family, the illustrious Rooney family that owns the Pittsburgh Steelers, and said, listen, this is my grievance, this is my situation. And they parted ways. They said, you know what, we are going to trade you. You know what, thanks for the years. You're awesome. Everyone's cool. The word Green Bay came into play. Antonio Brown to get traded to Green Bay is a possibility. Do you like it or not like it? Touch and go. Like it, not like it.
Love it.
You like that,
but it doesn't address the real problem.
Yes,
which
exactly.
they still do. But love it.
Agreed, buddy. It's like we're like mind. I said the same thing. I'm like, how amazing him and Adams together.
Kind of
Lights out.
getting excited over
But
here.
you know what? I think But what's the difference with him and Juju then? Right? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna cause problems. No, I don't like it anymore. I don't want him.
You know, speaking, we got to get the other guy from Pittsburgh who no longer will be getting a franchise tag.
That's right.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yes.
That would be
Everyone's
excellent.
saying he's going to the Jets. I just
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
what they're
why.
saying
I don't
too.
feel like he's going to go there. Man, I would love the Packers to grab him. That'd be fantastic.
That would be
I would
good.
take him over Brown any day of the week. Just saying.
100%.
Just saying.
You got all the
I'm just
upside
saying.
with zero downside.
And Pittsburgh, think about what we just said. We just named 2 of your players, and they're both leaving.
Yeah.
What happened?
They're both, that
What happened,
franchise
guys?
is done. Roethlisberger has already gained 30 pounds.
Gained?
Stress pounds. Stress pounds.
That's all stress weight.
He's gained more. He has to.
I thought he was packing walnuts for the winter. That's what I thought
Oh my
was
goodness,
going on.
man. These 2 guys are leaving. He's like, hold on. These are the guys that do all the work on the team.
That is.
This isn't good for me.
No,
This
it's not
is-
good at all.
I can I be backup?
Yeah, exactly. You know, let's jump into the MMA. You want to talk about it, but right before we get to the fights that happened on the weekend,
Yeah.
big announcement today.
Huge announcement.
Huge announcement. It literally rocked. And again, to your point, I just thought of it.
Right?
George St. Pierre has and will probably announce his retirement tomorrow, as indications are saying. So, I mean, another huge name gone from the MMA world.
One of the last, I should say, of that class. You know, look, GSP is an icon. We're not saying it because he's Canadian. This guy is arguably pound for pound the greatest MMA fighter to date. Definitely in the top 3. No questions about
Absolutely.
that. Methodical fighter, smart fighter, dominated, the division, did so well. So, hey, at the end of the day, we talked about this earlier too. After his last fight with Bisping, where he came back, fight that he really knew he could win, based on the style and the conditioning, got a good payday out of it. But I think we all assumed he was done after that, anyways.
He hasn't fought in like literally 2 years.
Yeah, there was no real, real ink. So, but it's good that he'll seal the deal. I hope the UFC is good to him. It'd be nice to have him. They should keep him around the sport in some capacity, just to keep that following of St. Pierre MMA fans in the sport. They need it.
I'm gonna say one thing here. All right, I've never pronounced to be the big MMA guy, and I promised everyone that I would never buy the pay-per-views ever again, because I'm not gonna fall for that joke again. However, I'll go on the record right now, because right after he announced that he's retiring, Khabib went to Twitter and said, "Dude, please, I would love to fight you. Please, let's fight sometime in November. I'll come down to your weight, or you come up to mine.
Yeah.
Whatever. We'll figure something out. Let's do it. I admire you. I want to fight you. You're the guy I emulated all these years. I want it to be like. I would love to see that. Now, with all due respect, that would probably be 5 rounds of grappling on the ground. But I'm down to watch it either way. I don't think that's going to be a punching.
I think everybody would watch it.
Yeah.
I would watch it. You would watch it.
So I would love
We'd
to
all
see
would.
St. Pierre. I think I speak for everyone, not just on Canada. I think a lot of people would love to see this fight happen. So St. Pierre, if you got another one in you, make it happen, bro. One more. Why not?
Might as well.
Why not?
It would be a great fight from a technical standpoint to see 2 masters. Maybe aesthetically it would look boring, but it would be so intricate.
Absolutely.
And technical. It'd be something fantastic to watch. Fight, I think Khabib would win.
Yeah.
Just.
Oh, really? You think?
Yeah, just
because he's younger,
rising star.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in Rocky V. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tom Morrison, man.
Yeah. Fair enough. I got
He's,
you. I hear you. I hear where you're going.
Well, actually, he ended up losing. So I'm thinking maybe the other Rocky movie where they had Antonio Tarver. He was the main bad guy.
Hey.
He beats Rocky.
He beats Rocky.
He's
over there.
He's over there now.
But that was an exhibition fight. It wasn't for anything.
Kind of counted.
Yeah.
No, Mayweather and Tenshin Bukaki Mama was an exhibition.
Oh, that was exhibition.
That was real.
That was real.
That was Stallone and Tarver, mano a mano.
Mano a mano. Right in the ring. Middle of the ring.
Can't do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look, I want to touch really quick with the MMA.
Yes, please.
I hate to keep harping and shitting on this sport, but I have no choice.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is giving me more ammunition to put in my gun. This past weekend, okay, we had Cain Velasquez big heavyweight tilt against Francis Ngannou. Now these guys, we have a legend in the sport, a very well-known heavyweight in Cain Velasquez. We all know him. He's fought everyone who's anyone, and the up-and-coming powerhouse.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't successful in his last outing, but still, this is a dynamic, heavy-hitting heavyweight. It's unbelievable. So again, to my point, MMA, they can't do pay-per-views all the time, so they're doing this Fight Pass.
Yeah.
They're on Fox, get to watch the fight for free. It's beautiful. Or if you have the TSN channels, that's where I saw it. It's fantastic. But guys, I get the MMA's dynamic. I get that the draw of the sport is anything can happen at any given time. But I am so sick of it that we're seeing it more and more. We're getting to the finals. We're getting to the main event card. And the UFC only gave its fans 26 seconds of heavyweight fighting. Now, that's 6 seconds more than Mitch provides in the bedroom. Not the point.
All week you're waiting for that one, huh? All week.
All week. How's the delivery?
It's all right. Not bad. We can work on it, but we'll get Chris LaBelle here to help you out.
Should I? Yeah. We got to get the LaBelle.
Yeah. Get LaBelle. Yeah.
All week I was
But it was there. The material was there.
The material's good.
material's
The
there.
delivery
was off. Yeah.
No, but look, 26 seconds. Come on, you guys. Come on. You know, again, say what you want out of boxing. At least for the most part, you're going to get your money's worth. You know, Mitch, you said that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder turned you off, but how can you sit here?
The fight was excellent.
The fight was
result.
Okay, but even the result, you're upset with the draw, so you can see
compared to that.
So you can see
you're right.
12 more rounds of down and up again.
Don't compare the two because that's not fair. But yes, you're right. I got you. I hear what you're saying, dude. I watched that fight.
Oh my god!
I guess I watched it. I don't know. I blinked. I might have missed. To me, that was a dive. To me, that's what it looked like. I was just gonna say it looked like Velasquez basically got in the ring with Ngannou and it was like.
But he looked like my shape.
And Ngannou threw a punch, and you know, like the air, like that.
It was hard
and he's
air.
like,
yeah.
I'm going down.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm not going to get hit by that.
Dude,
who signed me up for this?
What happened to Cain Velasquez? Like, this is why, for sure, guys were juicing like crazy in the UFC because that was not his old fighting body.
No,
that guy looked like he had my body.
Right.
No,
you wish, but
no, Mitch, we're not that far off.
Listen,
I'm not an Adonis, but neither is he.
With all due respect, this is the thing. When you're talking about fighters and age, this is the one thing that age does play a major role in.
He's in his 30s, Mitch.
Dude, how old is he? He's got to be in his late 30s. He's got to be in, like above 35. No? He's got to be.
No way.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Check it out.
In all honesty, man, at the end of the day, Ngannou looked like that dude's like ready to cut down trees, man.
You knew he was gonna win.
Yeah, man. The minute he walked in, I'm like, I didn't think it was gonna. I thought it was gonna be more than 26 seconds, though.
It looked like Hulk Hogan versus Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
was
that
bad.
is not. But
what you know what the problem is, Dimitri? Sorry, but what are you supposed to do? Like, that's the problem, right? Like,
it is the
Dana
problem.
White can't control that. That's the one thing you can't give him a hard time about because there's nothing he can do on that.
But man, oh man,
the names were there.
I was a little too close, and I should have been. You think?
Yeah.
You think? Like, come on, man. This is 26 seconds. This fight. Yeah. Amanda Nunes, everything's in the first round. Conor McGregor, how many first round? Like,
I agree.
Guys,
I agree, man.
You're showing a product. 26 seconds of a heavyweight tilt.
It's roulette. It's roulette.
Man.
It's wrestling roulette. You're paying the money and you don't know what you're going to get in the end. It's really at the end of the day.
No one can be happy with a result like that.
No, nobody. I agree with you. I'm down with you, man. Especially after that Whitaker falling out last week and this week. Yeah, it's not good.
It's to the point where if Dana White should just stage the fights. Just say, look, guys, you do whatever you got to do. Yes, just fix them, okay? UFC, take my advice. Start fixing fights. Make it sexy. Get him into the third round. Play the over-under. Set your odds. I don't care what you got to do, but you got to start fixing fights.
In that McGregor fight, they had outside interference. Interesting. I like where you're going with this.
Right? Look, man, either that or start doing triple threat UFC, man.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what?
Elimination chambers?
No, could you imagine a UFC elimination chamber?
That'd be amazing.
That would be.
Now you're on to something.
You just have the,
Yeah.
Take WWE's elimination chamber and every 2 minutes, Guy runs in.
Boom.
Like, if you draw first, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because think about how much work you have to put in to win.
If you're the best, you're the best.
Who wouldn't watch that?
Back in the day, didn't Gracie have to go through a gauntlet of guys, right? And all different weight classes, too, and all that shit?
I see a UFC elimination chamber.
Love this.
One guy's getting choked out.
I'm writing this down.
One guy's getting choked out.
Episode 70, we've come up with another great marketing move. I'm telling you.
Oh, my
You know what?
goodness.
We should be the deans of that. What's this school called again? Emroy University. We should be professors at that school. All right, from there, we're gonna do a quick little jump over to the basketball world. Okay.
Yes.
3 things I want to talk about really quickly.
Done.
Right now, Duke versus North Carolina. Duke, NCAA, number 1 ranked against their arch rivals, the number 8 North Carolina Tar Heels. It's in Duke. It's in their small little stadium, but it's the mecca of basketball right now in North Carolina. I mean, Comic Book George is about to attack me if I say that again, but whatever.
Don't be too loud.
Tickets for this are higher than Super Bowl, $2,800. My quick question, would you pay $2,800 US to watch this matchup?
No, not even close.
Really?
What even sickens me even more is not the price of the tickets so much as it is they're that high, those prices, and still none of these players are going to see a freaking dime of this money.
See, why did you do that?
No.
53 minutes into this podcast.
Just
we don't have all the time. Why would you do that? You provoked me, sir.
No.
You provoked me,
question.
sir. Don't
Touch
you
and go.
dare to.
Touch and go.
You know
Touch
what?
and go.
First off, I would pay it, and I would pay it double. Double. This is a matchup of these guys are all going to be in the NBA. This is a rivalry that actually means something. These two schools hate each other.
Are you saying
yes
that the reason the tickets are so high is because of the players, the product on the court? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
The school and the product on the court?
No, just the product.
Oh,
just the product.
Then pay the product.
No,
that's what drove these ticket sales
They're
up.
going to school for free.
Next,
they're
Mitch,
going.
don't do it. Don't do it.
I can't believe you did this.
Oh.
You said you wouldn't do it.
You know what?
Fine, we'll go from there. Touch and go. I pay. You said you wouldn't pay it. That's fine.
I say fuck you, Joe Boom.
All right. What about this? We jump into Greece. All right.
Okay.
Last week we told the world the Greeks are the best looking people in the world.
We know that.
Well, but playing basketball, we seem to have a little bit of an issue. So you got 2 Athens teams in playoff mode, okay? You got Olympiacos versus Panathinaikos. They're 2 teams. In fact, the Panathinaikos, my phone is like just going crazy, pardon me. So you got Panathinaikos is at home, and they are very rowdy. Like I ask anybody, jump onto YouTube and watch how Greek fans, one thing I love about European basketball and soccer, the fans go crazy. And it's no different inside or outside of a stadium, all right? Flares, craziness, everything. Olympiacos, right before the game started, the red team, they basically said, hey, those referees, we don't like those guys, all right? We think those guys are fixed, whatever. Well, within 1 minute of the game, 3 foul calls were called on Olympiacos. So they weren't totally wrong. By halftime, the score was 40-25. They go to the locker rooms, they come back out. Well, one team did. Panathinaikos came out. Olympiacos forfeited the game. They said, we are not coming out for the halftime. Respected or expected?
Respect. Look, I said it before, you gotta stand up for what you believe in, okay? And look, you're sending a message. You know, only the Greeks would do this. You know, they're in the dressing room and they're like, you know what? No, we're not going out. We'll show them.
Yeah.
We'll show the league.
So the owner of Panathinaikos walked over. He came out of his press box, comes out, grabs a red panty, and puts it on the bench and walked off.
Where did he find
Respected or expected?
That's respected. Hey, how do you come up with a red panty on short notice?
That's crazy. Yeah, no doubt.
Is it his?
Especially in the stadium all green. That is quite impressive, actually. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah,
it probably was his. I don't know. Panathinaikos.
I don't know.
They're fans in the team. I'm not that. I'm an Olympiacos guy.
Same with me.
I gotta defend my own.
I gotta defend
Look,
mine.
man, hey,
I can't defend you guys on this one.
Referees, smarten up.
You guys should have went out and played.
No,
you insulted me a little bit. No.
The drinks are on the house.
Yeah.
Okay? No. Look, enough is enough. And only the Greeks would do this. You know, only the Greeks would be like, no, you know what? We don't need to play the rest. We're in first place right now.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, not going to put up with it. Good for you.
Sorry, boys. There's no crying in baseball, and there shouldn't be any in basketball either.
They didn't cry.
We don't know that for a fact. We don't know that for a fact.
They just decided to leave.
Yeah, boys, didn't look good on you. Sorry. I love you guys, but you guys
Good job.
Don't listen to them. You guys should have went on and finished the game.
We're 0 for 2.
Yeah,
this basketball is a hot topic.
Really hot topic for us. All right, final one. It was NBA All-Star Weekend this past weekend. Did you watch any of it?
I did. I watched the skills and I watched the game.
Okay, let's go quickly on the skills. What'd you think of the skills out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm gonna give it an 8. I want to go really quick. I love the events. I love the rally that they're doing. I loved the 3-point competition.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah,
Steph Curry, it was his to win.
Harris.
It was those same two sections where he fumbled a bit, but I love watching 3-point competition. I thought it was great when they brought Jesus Shuttlesworth and all the old timers out.
Yes.
Really, really cool stuff. I'm going to tell you what I absolutely hated, and it was the dunk competition.
Yeah, it was horrible.
You guys are disappointing me. First of all, how is the winner of last year's dunk competition not even a contestant this year?
Well, he didn't want to be.
Yeah, well, no, you force him, okay? You defend your crown.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get
I agree.
Like, come on, you guys. The dunk competition has now become a joke because
it's absolutely a joke.
Look, they're having a hard time trying to be creative. I get that, so they bring in the props. The props are kind of cool, but look, man. How do you get so many tries to get a dunk? It doesn't mean anything.
That's what kills it. See, that just shows you how amazing Jordan, Dominique, Spud Webb, those guys were dunking all on their first one, and they were doing, during that time, amazing dunks.
And keep it simple. Like, guys, try to be the guy who jumps the furthest.
Yeah.
That dunk will never get old.
Here's the remedy, and here's another marketing thing. And as professors at Emerald University,
that's right.
Hashtag
home of the Predator,
home of the Saber Cat. Here's my remedy to this. Very simple, and then we'll get off this topic and get right to MAGA MALAKA. It's the guys don't want to do the dunks. Okay, they just don't want to do them for whatever reason. Maybe it's I don't know. They don't practice them enough. They can't do it anymore. I don't know. So there's guys that do this for a profession. Bring them in. Have teams basically say, who are the top 5 dunkers? All right. The Raptors want to promote this guy. All right. And they'll say, because the winners of the slam dunk, the 3-point, they all get money too. They don't just get that nice trophy.
No, for sure.
They get a little bit of a bonus cash. Okay. So these guys that are off the street, they'd appreciate that $50,000, $100,000 win a lot more than these NBA guys would. So there's your first remedy. You're getting guys.
Great point. I love that.
The second is an NBA team, to keep it NBA, will basically say, okay, if you win, Dimitri, you win your $100,000 from the NBA, but we're gonna donate to the charity that you are playing for, the Alberta Children's Hospital or something like that.
Right.
Blah blah blah, and then that way you keep the NBA and you keep it within the NBA realm, and everyone's somewhat happy. You got to bring it in this way, guys, because no one cares anymore, and the players, with all due respect, the guy that won it. The guy's got crazy hops, but nobody knows him anymore.
Look,
no one cares.
That dunk he did over Shaq, and put his arm in. That got me going. That was unreal. But it's just the dunk competition has lost it.
Yeah.
Keep the 3-point, keep the relay. I love what they're doing with those skills. The 3-point I love because it's just it's classic. It's timeless.
It's easy. The game itself was good. I liked it, and I liked that it came down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, me
too. I hate to admit this, but I like that LeBron and his team was a little older. I noticed.
Yeah,
as I watched. I like that the old boys came back and said, "Okay, that's enough." And they spanked them.
And just to show a little Greek pride, one thing that I did love seeing, and this was unbelievable. Greek boy Giannis Antetokounmpo, it's amazing. This is a guy who was selling merchandise in the streets of Greece.
Yeah.
Really the coming from nothing story. And if you think about it, in the All-Star game, you had LeBron James, who was the captain of the West, and Giannis, who's the captain of the East. The fact that the NBA, even just from a marketing perspective, would say these are our top 2 captains respectively. What an achievement. Very proud moment for Greeks.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very, very cool. Now, the winner of the All-Star game, meaning the best player, was a guy named Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant actually was on fire in the fourth quarter, played really well, but I don't like him. I don't like him.
I don't like you either.
You know why? Because he's a sellout.
The only KD I like is Kraft Dinner.
That's right. And because he's a sellout, we decided MAGA MALAKA is all about the sellouts in sports.
Inspired
Are you ready?
By Kevin Durant.
Jeff, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. And by the way, it's not just sports. We got some other things in there too. All right, let's start with an easy one. Kevin Durant.
just over the plate.
MAGA or MALAKA?
Malaka.
I'll give you another one.
Okay.
Another one right over the plate. Very easy for me. I'm sure it's easy for you. LeBron James.
Oh, the MAGA.
What? The guy left Cleveland, goes to Miami, and comes back to Cleveland.
He didn't leave Cleveland. He took his talents to South Beach, and then he came back. He's no different than us. He did a little touch and go.
Okay, so how much did he get paid to go down to Miami there?
To be honest, I don't remember the exact amount, Jeff, but he's
millions,
from
though.
Cleveland.
Frickin'
He's
millions.
from Cleveland. Of course,
I
but he would
know.
have got millions in Cleveland.
Come on, we
anyways.
don't got to get into it. He went back, won them a championship, won them a championship.
Two
LA.
words. South Beach.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, listen. You guys want to give him MAGA? Give him MAGA. He's a MALAKA in my ass. Okay. Here's a local one. Jeff, I'm going to throw this one at you.
Oh,
Wayne Gretzky.
MAGA.
Even when he left Edmonton and went to LA for love? For love?
You know, it was his
He
time.
left the dynasty for love?
But that Pocklington was responsible for disassembling the dynasty. Come on, let's say that, right?
Yeah.
Got a point.
And those guys had what? Nearly a decade of dominance, right?
To Jeff, you listen.
MAGA. You're right. He's a MAGA. All right. Here's one right over the plate. We got to address it because it happened. It's twice, though. Favre to the Jets. MAGA or MALAKA? Is it a sellout move?
That's a MAGA. Look,
That's a MAGA.
you went from the green and yellow
Yeah.
to go for a little green and white.
Green and white. That's
Not a
okay.
big deal.
That's right.
Other side of the pond.
You know I love the Jets.
Now, when Favre decided to leave the
MALAKA,
Jets and go to
MALAKA,
the Minnesota,
Malaka.
full MALAKA. Full.
You know, I've never been more happy to see Favre throw a pick six in my life.
Right.
Oh, amazing.
It was amazing, right?
Amazing.
And man, he threw a lot with us too. So
yeah, I know, but
now, Jeff, here's one. I'm not sure how good your Star Wars is. Darth Vader, MAGA or MALAKA as a sellout?
Oh, as a sellout.
Yes.
Really?
I
He sold his soul, man.
yeah, I got to go with him. Look, he did it for love too. He pulled the Gretzky. He just wanted to save Padme. And look, the light side wasn't doing much for Vader. Wasn't doing much for him. They left him off to the side.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, all right. See, I literally didn't know what you meant by it until you said it that way.
Okay, I'll put it to this way.
I keep forgetting it goes backwards.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
exactly. They go a little forward, backward, and then they leapfrog again.
okay.
But you got to think.
Darth was such a cute kid. He was such
Yeah,
a cute
but you know what, Jeff? Look, they brought him on the council, and he wasn't even a made guy. You
Yeah,
know,
I
all
know, right?
They didn't give him the bump.
They didn't give him the bump.
He's got to sit with all these.
They didn't open the books.
They didn't open the books for Anakin. He had to go.
We're even opening the books.
He had no
We're
patience.
opening
though.
the
He had no
books.
patience.
All right, speaking of the books and the mafia, Sammy the Bull Gravano as a sellout, MAGA or MALAKA?
Oh, big time Malaka.
Big time
Big,
MALAKA.
big.
He wrecked a good thing.
There was something going on.
There was it. Let's go with staying on the movie train here. Let's go with Henry Hill from Goodfellas. MAGA or MALAKA as a sellout?
I got to go MAGA for Henry Hill. I got to go MAGA.
He's a MALAKA. Why? Because all of a sudden he gets caught with the cocaine. He was told, get away from the garbage.
on.
He was told.
No.
Don't know.
Hold on.
Don't know.
Hold on a sec. No.
He was told explicitly to stay away from it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, but he went to Paulie for help. And now
How many times is Paulie going to help the guy?
Now, the other thing is he wanted to come back, and that's when Jimmy flipped him the matchbook. They were going to lay him out in Tampa.
What kind of help you going to get from a guy named Polly anyway?
Exactly. Thank you.
I'm telling you, Henry, he had no choice.
He had
And
the
by
retractable
way,
wall. He could have sold that for a nice, pretty penny.
That poor guy had to go somewhere warm because he's bronchial.
No. MALAKA.
No,
I will not allow it. It's a
He
MALAKA.
wanted to go back.
Thank you, Jeff.
It was Jimmy.
Two more.
Jimmy Conway.
Two more because I got a basketball game I got to go dominate. Are you ready?
Is that what, like you guys dominated last week?
Yeah.
Who cost you the game last week?
I don't want to talk about it.
Mitch, hold on, time out before. MAGA or MALAKA. Jeff, MAGA or MALAKA, if you have a guy, the captain of your team, who throws an interception in the last possession of their game.
I gave it away, Jeff.
Gives the ball away.
I gave it away. I'm a man.
You know what? I'm going to blow your mind because obviously Mitch is built for basketball.
Yeah.
So I give him kudos for going out and doing it.
You know what, Jeff? I never looked at it.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff actually gave you the participation
Yeah,
award.
man. No,
Wow.
for real. You're going out and you're doing
Two more.
You're doing more than I am tonight, so I can't knock you.
Two more, and then we got to roll out. Shawn Michaels sellout in the Montreal scam, MAGA or MALAKA?
Ooh, that's a
It's a bit of a
tough one.
slime ball for that one.
He's a full slime ball.
I gotta say,
Oh, come on.
I gotta say MAGA. I gotta do it.
What are you talking about?
You do what you're told.
No. That's a MALAKA.
He had no choice.
He had a choice and he didn't make it.
That was
MALAKA.
that was a Trump-sized MALAKA.
That was a Trump-sized MALAKA, right. He knew what was a part of it. Final one. I saw this a couple of weeks ago and I lost
I'm
my
gonna get
mind.
death threats being from Calgary.
Oh, yeah. And you deserve them.
If there was any chance of Bret Hart being on the
text me
show,
and I'll tell you where he lives
it's
and his phone
over.
number. Final one. Sellout, MAGA or MALAKA, Kanye West. He had the audacity to say that slaves had a choice. Is this guy okay, man? What's wrong with this dude, man? What's up with this guy? Like, I'm not all on this pop culture stuff, but there's like offside and then there's like onside.
No, that's MALAKA. Like, there's just some things you can't defend.
Yeah, Kanye, like,
Wow.
I wanted to help you here, but it's a full MALAKA.
I'm giving him a double MALAKA.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The slaves had a choice. Sir, I would not like to partake in this. Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought it.
yeah.
You know what? Right this way.
Right.
It'll just,
Here,
I'll even buy you
have
a
some
ticket
juice.
home.
Have some rum punch.
That's it.
Oh, my God.
Before we get in trouble and say anything that we shouldn't be saying, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
Locker Room, episode 70, in the books.
Oh, my God. What an episode. Look, don't be a stranger. Please subscribe. Follow us at Mitch and Dimitri, at Real Locker Room Talk. Get on the website, reallockerroomtalk.com. Join the Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter. Get interactive. Want to thank you again to headversity.com, agapegreekradio.com, the greatest studio of all time, alchemystudios.ca. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an amazing episode. And like we said, 70's in the bag, but now Mitch and we got to hit the showers.
Ears are wet.
My ears are wet.
I don't honestly understand the fascination of the whole Kardashian shit. All of it. I just don't fucking get it.
Part of me was like,